and welcome to the first ever live Do It for the Underground live stream, album, premiere, party, EP, artist interview, fucking you name it, it's the first. We've never done anything like this. It's gonna be good. It's going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to comment. You're going to participate. You're going to send us money. Uh, I'll find links. I'll post my address at the bottom of the screen, and you can just send checks in the mail. Yeah, we need funds, so send them. But first, someone else who could use your money. So we'll have all the merch options available shortly to show you. But first, let's talk to him. Let's get him on the show. The man, the myth, the legend, the pig god, the fucking voodoo Frankenstein. Listen, a number of things. He's got titles, and you can listen to his music on Tidal, the streaming service. But for now, we'll bring him in, ladies and gentlemen. Dean, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Thank you for having me on. I'm glad to be
Yeah.
popping your cherry.
Thank you. As always, we appreciate it. How you been? How you feeling? You got the album? I mean, it's dropping officially in what, 3 hours?
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm feeling with my hands mostly, but
That's fair. That's the most realistic.
but yeah, no, man. I'm excited. This is the beginning to the end, so to speak, and definitely excited for people to hear this. Especially fans of like old school, like Dark Lotusy, Green Booky type feeling stuff.
For sure. So people know Fritz did all the production. Fritz the Cat, who you might know from Twisted music, Dark Lotus stuff. I mean, Freak Show, Green Book, Mirror Mirror, you know, up through the Black Sarcophagus by D.E.A.N.
That's
He's been on
wild. That's
board.
fucking wild to me, bro.
Right?
It's really like a dream come true, full circle type deal. Big shout out to Fritz the cat. He's one of the most cool, humble dudes that I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and he's a fucking legend. So it's been an honor for me personally, man.
For sure. How'd you guys hook up? How did that arrangement come together?
I actually owe 100% of that to Noise. Um,
Do It for
you
the
know, me and
Underground's own
Noise,
Canadian.
yeah, me and Noise were friends, and he started working with Fritz. And I went to after we dropped Poltergeist, I went to Astronomicon. I was chilling with Noise, and he was like, "Why don't you come over to Fritz's house?" And I was like,
What?
"What? I don't think I'm worthy." Um, but no, we met the night before one of the Twisted shows at Astronomicon, and um, Noise suggested that we come over, and we started talking, and it just kind of rolled from there, man.
That's awesome. So last we saw you dropping a project was Voodoo Frankenstein,
Hmm.
which the party line at that time was that you were done rapping. You were doing rock projects only.
Right.
So what the fuck?
When you get a chance to work with Fritz the cat, you don't say no, man. That's
That's fair.
that'd be like any other legendary producer that you have the opportunity to do that with. Um, you just don't say no to that. I love the rock a lot more than I do. The next few projects that are coming out are rock back to rock, but you don't get this opportunity every day. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Totally. Well, I'm glad you did. Full disclosure for the audience, I've heard it. I like it. I've got notes. I got questions. I'm going to put you through the ringer.
So
I'm gonna make you talk. But first, I'm gonna make the audience listen. Is that a good segue?
Love it.
Good. So we're gonna jump into the first track, which is "Hang in There," or no, sorry, "Hanging Around." Hanging apostrophe around.
So that's actually the final track. You might have them in reverse. It starts with
Okay, the
just
file I got's
everything that
reversed.
you have, just play in reverse.
Okay, that's our producer
Rise.
will take that note.
Yep. Bing, bing, bing. Rise
Wow.
on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to rearrange all my notes and the theories I had about the album and how it's going, but it'll
I'm
be
so
fine. It's okay. Okay, well, the first one is the first single, "Rise." So people have probably heard this, or they should have by now. We've had it on our playlists every week. It's been out there in the world. So if you haven't heard it, you're about to. Track 1, "Rise," D.E.A.N, produced by Fritz. Black Sarcophagus. Let's go.
Let's go.
A monster's strength is based on relevance, ascending on the living with sentient intelligence, feeding on the fear and the wickedness of man, reflecting all you do, turn this timeline to sand. Ancient pyramids found all over the globe, but there is one in particular that's been foretold. It holds the remains of a man that was damned, exiled from his tribe, sent to a distant land. The pig god lays, slumbering in silence, reflecting on his past and his history of violence. Someone spoke the words, now flesh returns to bone. His heart begins to beat, his soul proclaims its home. The lid slides off, revealing a new deity to take on the world and make the non-believers bow to me. Calling from the dark to the apostles of the heartless. Finish the chapters of the story that we started. Rise, all hail the big God. All you have to do is reject all the fraud. It's time to rise, sing the wicked gospel. You're no longer complacent, it's time to get hostile. I was alive 625 BC, a ruthless killer, a fiend for the bloodstream. Like chunks of hair that I use for black magic. The power of the night to talk to spirits in the static. Children, women, the poor, the old. Nothing would have stopped me from prophecies foretold. The townspeople caught me and served my fate. Mummified alive in a long black case. Severed my tongue, I couldn't conjure the wicked. Acid down my throat, turn my guts to liquid. Beetles and bugs to consume the flesh. They expected that my bones would be all that's left. Centuries I laid still conscious in my tomb. Madness and hatred starting to consume. The disdain of man put fat on my bones. I return to walk the land and proclaim my throne. It's time to rise, all hail the big God. All you have to do is reject all the fraud. It's time to rise, sing the wicked gospel. You're no longer complacent, it's time to get hostile. Pain, lust, hate, disgust. Release what lies inside the black sarcophagus. Evil, gluttony, death, mistrust. Release what lies inside the black sarcophagus. It's time to rise, all hail the big God. All you have to do is reject all the fraud. It's time to rise, sing the wicked gospel. What lies inside the black sarcophagus. All hail the big God. What lies inside the black sarcophagus. It's time to rise, sing the wicked gospel. What lies inside the black sarcophagus.
All right, that was "Rise" by D.E.A.N, produced by Fritz the Cat. Track 1, not. Track 5 from the EP. Man, I gotta say, we'll talk about it after, but I've got like these theories written down about like I think what you're getting at the end of it, and it's like, oh wait, no, it's the opposite. Okay, well, so
I still want to hear the theories though, because that's neat.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever theorized my music before.
listen, I don't fuck around. We're coming through with darts.
Oh yeah.
But so someone asked in the chat during that if this was all original Fritz the Cat. It's Fritz the Cat beats, and it is all new. This is not like a mixtape of repurposed twisted songs, or this is all made for D.E.A.N.
Right.
Brand new, never heard before. So yeah, if you're a Fritz fan, don't go looking through your archives trying to gotcha this shit. No, it's new.
Yeah, I definitely did give them, the very first time we talked, I was like, I definitely want to do like a Dark Lotus Mirror Mirror-esque type album. And so that's very, very much what he gave me, man.
That sounds like that. Yeah, I mean, you can hear it in that track for sure. Like both of those things, now that you say that, it sounds right. Someone said they heard Opaque Brotherhood vibes. I can't argue with that.
Right.
So lyrically, we're starting the album, the EP. What do you prefer to refer to it as?
EP, album. Okay. It's all the same.
Cool. So we start the EP with it seems like a metaphor for where you've been the last couple years. I mean, Voodoo Frankenstein was the last project, which was 2022, I want to say. And I don't want to get too immediately personal, but it seems like you've gone through some stuff, come out the other side. And I feel like that's maybe what we're talking about with the Black Sarcophagus conceptually, and kind of you rising back from maybe that depression or those hard times to come back as the pig god and fucking rip it up.
Yeah, man, you fucking nailed it. All the albums, starting from Monster Vision on, I've considered what's called the Monster Chronicles. And each one I've kind of taken one of the classic monsters and not themed the album, but like gave it the feel of that, like Space Age Vampire, Voodoo Frankenstein. I can't think of my other shit right now, but
Poltergeist,
Ghost, But this one I was like, I feel like I've been gone for a long time, just kind of rotting away in this depression and shit. And I was watching the old Boris Karloff Mummy one day, and I was like, damn, this would fit kind of the vibe perfectly as far as the Fritz beats go. And it is very much about feeling forgotten, especially in the next following track. You'll hear a lot of resentment and anger, and talking about within this track, and specifically I talk about people putting me in the coffin and expecting me to just go away, and then here we are.
Back from the dead.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight a couple lyrics, if that's cool.
Sure.
Okay, so we've got so along that line, it holds the remains of a man that was damned, exiled from his tribe, sent to a distant land, and then followed shortly with suffering and silence, reflecting on his past and his history of violence. So I assume that's kind of you going over the career you've had and the stuff you've done in the past, and kind of basically trying to think where to go next, and feeling, like you said, exiled, cast away a little bit.
So the underground is very he popping 1 minute, forget you the next. Mm-hmm. And it's not something new to me. I've been doing this for close to 20 years now, and it's I've popped in the scene, I've made noise, and then something will happen in my life, and then all of a sudden I'll try to release something, and the sales aren't what they used to be, the views aren't what they used to be. And as the music industry itself changes, it gets even harder for that to happen. So a lot of times it can feel like, wow, Poltergeist was one of my highest selling albums, and then I dropped Voodoo Frankenstein, and it did a quarter of what that album did. So in the midst of my divorce and depression and moving and trying to find myself and all that stuff, that really resonated with me a lot. and that was kind of like, this is kind of like the I'm still here,
Yeah.
you know, hey, remember me, fucker.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of better ways to come back than with something done by Fritz and like just coming out of the gate swinging. And I think this track totally summarizes that as like, I'm back, baby. Fuck
Right.
you.
Right, exactly.
Cool. Well, do you want to jump into the next one?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's keep on rolling.
Track 2, Plague, second single. We heard this last Sunday. You premiered it on Undergroundaholics. Here we're gonna play it again, not premiere, but play it. Just keep listening to it, folks. This one, well, we'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, this is Plague by D.E.A.N, produced by Fritz, Black Sarcophagus, coming at midnight. Someone said they couldn't find it on Apple Music or YouTube Music. It's not out yet. We're premiering it. You fucking idiot. Just kidding. You're all nice, and we appreciate the support. But yeah. So this is Plague, track 2, Black Sarcophagus. Let's get into it.
August 27th, 1986, resurrected a creature only known as myth. The skies turned black and everything got cold. There was earthquakes breaking open earth from below. It was foretold, the second coming of misery, just a shadow on the wall, was now flesh and breathing. The unbelieving is the first to consume. They'll all find the bodies of the children in the living room. I'll drive them mad, 50 years of night, screaming from the pain of the boils and the lights. Flies breed maggots, feeding on their wounds. I smile as I watch mankind meet its doom. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heart. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heartless. Sitting on my throne of bones, I hear the screams of the ones left alive that writhe in pain and agony. Locusts ate the crops, the livestock rots. The rivers run red with the blood of the pig god. It's time to pay for the sins of the father. The world left me to die, but the cold made me stronger. Now it's my turn to watch it all burn. Take your love and light and place it in an urn. Ashes, ashes, you all fall down, either bowing on your knees or famine taking you out. We no longer support those who sat on the fence, either crumble in the dirt or offer me repent. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heart. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heartless.
Rise, the Bible says, yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you. You shall not eat of the flesh, nor touch the dead carcass. Do not give reins early to the
Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heart. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Lead you in the darkness and the end of days. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Take my hand, the apostles of the heartless. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Stay away from me, step into the darkness. Stay away from me, I bring the plague. Stay away from me, step into the darkness.
All right, that was Plague once again by D.E.A.N. All the songs are going to be by D.E.A.N. I'm going to keep saying it every time, but it's not going to change. Yeah, that so you talked about how that one's got some anger in there. You can definitely hear that in that second verse, especially. That's you're coming out swinging. You're not gonna fucking stand for it anymore. You're not gonna support the people on the fence. You're gonna push them over it and kick them around. It sounds like.
All right, man. I
Um,
mean, it's the whole song is very much, this is the leads you to the darkness and the end of days. So this is, my last go round. It's the end of days for me, and this last hoorah is for the ones that have been here supporting me the whole time. It's for the ones that really have given a fuck about me personally and my art, and not just if I'm popular that week. These last few albums are for those people. And another thing I'll point out is um, I in this album in particular, you won't hear Army of the Heartless anymore. It's Apostles of the Heartless,
mm,
um, because once I'm gone, it's gonna be left up to them to spread the word and
tell the story.
be like, yo, there used to be this fucking guy. It's dope. Here, listen.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I like that a lot. Actually, I didn't pick up what that was going for, but that's awesome. Uh, Speaking of awesome, this hook, I fucking love this hook. It's probably my favorite hook on the EP.
yeah,
Very singable, very catchy. It's an earworm.
yeah, I definitely. I don't want to say it's my favorite track because I love all the tracks, especially working with some of my closest friends in the industry. But if I had to pick one, it would be this one, just because there's so much of feeling and heart, and like it is sing-songy and catchy and shit. So
Yeah, it's catchy, kind of poppy and angry at the same time. So it like hits a bunch of notes in a nice tight little bundle. You might
right,
say.
I
I
love tight little bundles.
Yeah, who doesn't? You can throw them over your shoulder if you're an old timey hobo, or any number of things. um, let's jump right into this next track. So speaking of friends and things that you've got people that you've worked with time and time again. Razakel is one of those people,
Yep.
and she's on this upcoming track. We can talk more about it afterwards, or we can jump. You can say a few words beforehand, but yeah, I wanted to ask as an overall thing, how did the selection of guests on this go? Because it seems like you pick people specifically that you have worked with and have close relationships with.
Um, Outside of the one track that didn't make the album, because just be, for reasons,
Sure.
the three people that are on the album have just always been really tight with me, always good to me. Raz in particular, she was one of the first people to take me on tour. She's always invited me to every show that she's had, whether I can make it or not. She's always been super dope, and we've been doing it pretty much the same amount of time. And there's just been this always mutual love, mutual respect, and I don't know. She's always been dope to me, so that's I definitely wanted to put her on something that meant something.
Totally. And like knowing that the plan is to wrap it up and kind of put out a couple things and then ride off into the sunset. Was that an important part of the process of kind of curating this? Was to grab those people that had meant something to you over the course of your career?
Yeah, man, absolutely. There was a few people I wanted to do stuff with. I never got the chance to. Like Insane Poetry is a big one that I wish I could have done something with. Newer artists that I've just been getting into, Cartoon Bondurant. I really enjoy his shit, man. There's a few people that I would have liked to work with more, but these are the folks that said yes. You know what I mean? And
Totally.
found the time. So
Cool. Well, let's jump right into the track. We're getting right into Energy, D.E.A.N, featuring Razakel. produced by Fritz the Cat, the Black Sarcophagus, coming to you at midnight, coming to you right now on Do It for the Underground. Let's jump in.
Yeah. It's a queen of Team She and the army of the heartless. When we combine, there is magic in the darkness. Horrifying creatures were broken by the bodies, crawling from the crypt just to have a little party. Day-to-day life is like a living hell. We yearn for the place where the monsters dwell, so we can recharge our minds as we all become one. As we scream, laugh, and dance to the beat of a drum. The love we share is like electricity, feeding our souls so we can all keep living. See, the outside world could never understand, but trust when I say this, all part of the plan. We out the snakes and bait with negativity, so we can replan and stand with trust in the family. In order for us to keep on delivering, we need you by the stage so we can feed on the energy. Come my children, feed me the power. The time is now in the witching hour. If you believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Shake the ground, let your scream ring loud. Stand up and be proud, feel the magic of the underground. Believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy.
Give me the energy to stay manifesting. Follow the path to keep on moving, progressing. This ain't a curse, consider it a blessing. To have so much insight to keep on connecting. Protecting myself and everyone that surrounds me, and hexing the ones that wish evil or cross me. And all together as one, we could be so much stronger like the rays of the sun. All the whip they will run like hearing shots from a gun. Label me the villain, you only see what's in front, but deep down behind the mask, what lies? Energy so powerful it magnifies, multiplies, electrifying. You feel it in the cold wind. This is real, not a figment of your imagination. It's what you're facing, the truth's been foretold. You reap what you sow as above, so below.
Come my children, feed me the power. The time is now in the witching hour. If you believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Shake the ground, let your screams ring loud. Stand up and be proud, feel the magic of the underground. Believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Breathe out, feel the magic as it's growing in the crowd. Breathe in, breathe out, feel the magic as it's growing in the crowd. Breathe in, breathe out, feel the magic as it's growing in the crowd. Breathe in, breathe out, feel the magic as it's growing in the crowd. Come my children, feed me the power. The time is now in the witching hour. If you believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Shake the ground, let your screams ring loud. Stand up and be proud, feel the magic of the underground. Believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Come my children, feed me the power. The time is now in the witching hour. If you believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy. Shake the ground, let your screams ring loud. Stand up and be proud, feel the magic of the underground. Believe in me, give me the energy. Will you plead for me? Give me the energy.
All right, Energy, D.E.A.N, featuring Razakel, produced by Fritz the Cat, from the Black Sarcophagus EP, dropping at midnight tonight, dropping here on Do It for the Underground right now. I'm just going to say the same series of things over and over and over again.
Yeah, drill it in, man. Drill it in.
Yeah, it's promo, baby. So one thing I was just thinking about that jumped out to me is that consistently on this EP, you write a good bridge, Dean. I feel like that kind of song structure is not always something people really focus on in this scene. And I don't know if that comes from also that you write rock songs or what, but it seems you got a love for the structure of a song and bridges and choruses and whatnot. And I was just wondering if that's something you take a lot of pride in or think about, or it just comes natural, or where that hits for you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when I very first started this, I very much studied the science of how to write a song, whether it be rap, rock, whatever. And you know, I'll keep saying it. Violent J was one of my biggest influences as a hip hop artist ever. You know, he early like first 6J was my favorite, and he just he could weave a story, but then also they would always have these like chanty, like just bridges and shit like that. And I was like, man, that adds so much to the song. Like it like you have the song and then it gives you a minute to breathe and then bam, it comes back for the finale. So it, I love it, man.
Artists, get your bridges up.
Yeah,
build bridges. Out of the game. We need the bridge makers. Yeah,
right.
And so the track itself, you know, you're asking obviously the audience for the energy to do the thing. Does that relate more to a live context, or is that like the energy to get this project done and get yourself back in the headspace to make music, or where, you know, what are you thinking writing that?
I mean, it was a little bit of both. Like I definitely did want to write something that if me and her ever did something live together, we could literally just feel the energy growing in the crowd. And that's kind of where that initially came from. But also like I was saying, like it flows right after that song where I'm just so like angry and lost and shit. Like I need to, it's almost like a plea in a sense that, you know, hey, all right, I'll put it to you this way. And this is pretty much how I view life as a whole. Do you remember in Peter Pan when they told Tinkerbell that they don't believe in fairies and she fell down and she was like, you gotta clap, give me the fucking energy to come back. And the kids start clapping, going wild and stuff. I feel like that's the same thing that the whole universe is based off of. If enough people give anything the energy, it becomes real. Look at fucking Christianity, man. Like that's you know, that's and all these other sects of religion. It didn't exist until somebody gave it that energy. So it's just like with, you know, any of that, man. It's you have to have energy to be able to do something. And I don't know, that's kind of where I was coming from.
Totally. We need to bring you to life to create, because otherwise you're in a void talking to yourself.
Right, exactly.
Totally. Well, there's, you know, you need energy to do things. There's a fire segue coming. You gotta have energy to do things like this. And another thing you need is sacrifice. Was that good? I don't know.
I love it. I thought you were gonna say money, but
well, listen, we'll throw the PayPal on the screen. No, the next track is Sacrifice, which features Fams of the Hooligans, and again, another person you've worked with before. I assume there's a friendly relationship there.
Oh yeah.
What led to that?
I've always had a very high regard for those dudes, just because, you know, the very first time I saw them perform at Camp Zool, I was just like, these guys are fucking rock stars. This is it. They're gonna go fucking far, man. And you know, he agreed to do a song on Southern Gothic with me, and that's always been one of my favorite songs on that album. And you know, me and him have talked personally when I was going through some struggles with my sobriety, and some other shit. And he's just always been a real solid dude. And so I asked him if he wanted to collaborate one more time. He said, yeah, fuck yeah. Cause he also did, some of the beats for, Poltergeist too.
Yeah.
So always been a good working relationship and, friendship there. So
cool. Let's jump the fuck into it. Sacrifice, off of the Black Sarcophagus by D.E.A.N, produced by Fritz the Cat, drops at midnight. We got it, baby. Let's play it.
Here I sit with a heart full of malice, cold and callous as I drink from my chalice. Blood of the heartless, aging in this carcass. I need more than what I have, and you're the target. Physical things, give me the keys to your Cadillacs. Gold and jewels, but most importantly the greenback. Not just a percent, I wanna take it all. Give me the deed to your house, no matter big or small. Now that is acquired, let me dig into your psyche. When I consume you, it hits me like lightning. I wanna taste your fear, so I know what scares you. Taste your happiness, so I can take care of my power. I need it, feed it to the big God. Cerebral communion makes you closer to the big God. Kneel down at the altar, sacrifice everything. I'll give you the keys to the kingdom of your dreams. Sacrifice it all and give it all to me. Only then you'll truly know what happiness means. Sacrifice your life to the pig and the 2 cents.
Burrow through your brain, infect your mind like a nuisance. Now I need everybody to bow your fucking heads as I lead you in a little sermon. Carry the 2-6 on my back like a crucifix. Too lit, you couldn't find a better shoe that fits. Bring me all your hopes and dreams and they'll soon exist. Ignore the screams and the smell of puke and piss. Plastic wrap tight around your flesh gets me off. Lace up blood with your blood, crack a smile then cough. You give your life to me, then you won the lottery. Once I build a stronger army, then there ain't no stopping me. Tell the odds to stop with all the cock blockery. In all honesty, you get a little more shine than you ought to be. And that's cause I let them exist. Love giving them a reason to clench they fist fast.
Sacrifice it all and give it all to me. Only then you'll truly know what happiness means. Sacrifice your life to the pig and the 2 cents.
Burrow through your brain, infect your mind like a nuisance.
Give me what you got, give me more, take it all. Only then will you get to walk the golden halls. Give me what you got, give me more, take it all. Only then will you get to walk the golden halls. Give me what you got, give me more, take it all. Only then will you get to walk the golden halls. Give me what you got, give me more, take it all. Only then will you get to walk the golden halls. Sacrifice it all and give it all to me. Only then you'll truly know what happiness means. Sacrifice your life to the pig and the 2 cents.
Burrow through your brain, infect your mind like a nuisance.
Sacrifice it all and give it all to me. Only then you'll truly know what happiness means. Sacrifice your life to the pig and the 2 cents.
Burrow through your brain, infect your mind like a nuisance.
All right, Sacrifice, D.E.A.N, featuring fams of the Hooligans, produced by Fritz the Cat, Black Sarcophagus. We're gonna keep saying it. Yeah, I mean, thematically, lyrically, what's going on there? I mean, it seems kind of in line with the last track with energy. You were asking for the energy. Now you're asking for people to sacrifice themselves. First of all, scary.
Well, yeah. When it cut, I really wanted to do a track that the album as it progresses, Rise coming back, Plague bringing down the Plague, then I'm asking for the energy, and then what happens when a god gets too much of an ego? He wants everything.
Right.
Give it all. I want your house. I want your money. I want your kids. I want your, give it. Just give it. Whatever you got. And I was like, man, this seems to be the next progressive step, because if anybody knows me, like as a person, I've never been one to have an ego. I like to, let people know my history, let them know that I've been around and I've done what I've done. But I've never been too good to hang out with somebody. I've never been too good to, stop and just shake hands and whatever I need to do. But I wanted to write a song that was very reflective of ego. And I was like, man, who does the ego shit better than Fams, man? I love his fucking ego rap. there's a difference between an egotistical person and ego rap. I fucking love ego rap because you listen to that shit, you go to your 9-to-5 job where you're washing dishes all day and you still feel like big dick swinging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes you feel like the shit.
Right. So I love songs like that, but I don't know, man. It was just the next progression, and then of course we end the album with more of the humanity coming back from that, you know, the build up to feeling like you're the shit as an artist, to when you go back and you close the door at the end of the day, you still have to face what's in the mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. And so, and not to spoil too much, because we're going to get into that track in a second, but so when I had gotten the files sent backwards, I had this whole thing built where I was like, okay, you start at this low place, and then you go through the ego, and you go through the and then you end at Rise, and you're like, now I'm back, baby. Like I had it like, because the track list was reversed. I had picked up the story exactly the way you're telling it, but in the reverse order.
And reverse
it's
order,
interesting to hear it. Like,
cool.
It still worked really well. So it's cool to hear it. Like, do it, you know, listen to it forwards or backwards. Just listen to it. Nobody, you know, get out there and stream it, buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, please buy it. The streams don't do shit. Please stream it, because hey, that's a free penny or some shit. But like, sales.
We can mail you pennies too if you want that.
Yeah, just not a lot of them.
Send you an envelope full of pennies.
All right, I'll take it at this point. God damn it!
All right. Well, let's get into this last track. So this is this one is "Hanging Around," the one that I tried to announce earlier, featuring Lil Maniac, who you would know from Ill Trick, Cerberus Click. You guys, you know, how do you guys know each other? Obviously, he's been on Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And from then, like, he was the first artist that ever, like, when I offered them the track on Poltergeist, he physically like video chatted me. It was like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? My dog. And I was like, I love this fucking dude's energy. And, you know, we video chatted a couple times, man. I've literally, he sent me one of his albums before it was released, and I got the privilege of bumping it and giving him my opinion and shit. And he's just always been a real ass dude. And I figured, because we're doing Doc Gruesome on the D&D album, you know, I didn't feel right leaving my homie out. So I sent him this track.
That's awesome. All right. Well, D.E.A.N, Lil Maniac, Fritz the Cat, Black Sarcophagus. This is the final track, Hanging Around, and we're going to play it right now on Do It For The Underground.
All these pills.
Fuck, man.
Nothing works.
Nothing at all.
I'll show you what works.
Show him.
I'll show him.
Fucking show him.
I sat for 5 hours, a barrel in my mouth. Hell's pit on replay, alone in my house. I thought about mistakes and why they all left. It felt like a boulder was crushing my chest. I gave my cat a kiss and I put her on the front porch. Scratched her little head, then I bolted the front door. Thought twice about it, I should probably get ready, but I put the 9 up, cause that could get messy. Threw a rope over a beam, made sure it was tight. I'm a big motherfucker and I wanna get it right. Slid a chair up under, took a few deep breaths. Climbed right up and put the knot to my neck. Whispered goodbye and with a 1, 2, 3 tipped over the chair, I think I might have peed. And that was it, well I thought it would be. Why can't I still think I can control my body? Now I'm stuck up here, just hanging around. My mind's so tired, but I can't get down. I'm trying to end the struggle, but I just keep swinging. Just hanging around. Is this hell or am I dreaming?
Am I dreaming? No, I guess it's really true. Fuck, nobody knows what I've been through. Swallowing these pills with a mixture of pride, and then my light cuts when I step off and stop the ride. Everybody knows the next day could be my last. Cord around my neck, I'm swinging at last. I made a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Losing oxygen, my vision, another tally in the column, another statistic. This shit's so sad. My mama crying, and my homies are mad. I know I could've spoke up, or I could've reached out, but no one understands the tragedies dropping from my mouth. I know that I'm crazy, who am I to blame? Going back to a pedestal, now that is insane. Now I'm blacking out, endorphins release. This the only way that I stop me out here.
Now I'm stuck up here. They never wanted me in the first place. Oh, get help, you say.
Fuck help.
You get fucking
Help don't help.
down. You get fucking help. Now I'm stuck up here just hanging around. My mind's so tired, but I can't get down. I try to end the struggle, but I just keep swinging. Just hanging around. Is it hell or am I dreaming? Just hanging around. I'm just hanging around. Hey, hey, no, I can't get it down. Can't get it down. I'm just hanging around. I'm hanging around.
All right. That was our last track. Hanging Around. D.E.A.N, Lil Maniac, Fritz the Cat, Black Sarcophagus. What time is it? So we got just over 2 hours till that's dropping everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Maniac on the track. We talked about that. Thematically, we're getting into some darker stuff here. Some I don't know what YouTube allows us to say. We're talking about hanging it up, calling it a
Smooth
day.
Midle.
Yeah. So after the rise, the plague, the fucking the energy that you get from the crowd, the from the people, and then the greed and the sort of ego, well, then you just off yourself, or try to, it sounds like, maybe unsuccessfully.
So here's the whole story about the whole album altogether. The other day on Facebook, I posted a picture, and I was standing in between the three banners, and I had all these big dreams and all the big plans, and I had just dropped something like fucking $6,000-7,000 in merchandise and equipment and mics, and I was doing Camp Zool 2, and everything was going full speed ahead. And then so that was that build up in the career. But then after my divorce, I'd go home, I'd close the door. There's a lot of times that I would be listening to House Pit and have some things that I was not ready to be around anymore. And I was just like, you can be this thing and lead yourself and everybody else to believe you're larger than life, and you can see everything going one way, but after one bad move, and when you go home and you close the door and you're by yourself again, and the invites to shows stop coming, and the invites to being on collabs stop coming, and it seems like everybody's moving forward, pushing forward, and basically like, fuck you, what then? And then there was a lot of times where I didn't want to be here anymore, and I thought about it, and I was like, knowing my fucking luck, I would get up on the chair and I would fucking kick the chair over, and I would just like break my spine or something so I couldn't get down. So I would just be stuck up there by my fucking self.
Just looking at your watch dangling.
Yeah. And that's where the idea for the song came around. It's very dark, and but it's also very funny if you think about it. So I'm just up here, hanging around, hanging out.
And I think, well, first of all, we're glad to have you here. I think that goes without saying that everyone watching, hosting, producing the show is glad you made it through the other side of that, because we love you, Dean, and we want you.
Dark time, man, dark time. But I'm glad glad I stuck around, man.
Yeah, so were we. And about the comedy angle to that, your music's always had that sort of dark comedy to it, almost a camp element, I would say, like, would be it Beetlejuice references, or just some of the, like you did a whole song relating yourself to Ed Wood, that kind of thing. Like there's always been that side to it. And there's less of that here, but I think you do get some of it in this song specifically with that. It's a dark joke, but but there's a joke to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just wondered overall on this project if you felt, obviously you were in a pretty dark place, so if you felt like there was less of that just because you were a little bit less happy-go-lucky, or if that was just, you know, the story you wanted to tell, or kind of where that hit creatively.
I mean, it really just came out that way because, you know, reflect. If you go back and listen to any of my albums or anything, you can very much tell the points of time I was in my life. Like, this is probably one of the more darker albums because I was going through a lot. When I released Monster Vision, there was a lot of some dark stuff in there and some heavy stuff, but also, like you said, like a lot of B-movie slapstick stuff. You know, and then Poltergeist was in the midst of my divorce, like us trying to figure things out. So there was more back towards the dark side. And then Voodoo Frankenstein, we were making it work. So everything was happy and rocky, and then, you know, everything happened and crumbled. And so this happened. So you can go back and kind of hear where I am in my life, you know, as far as the tones of the albums go.
Totally. And then, I mean, before we get too off the album, you know, where can we get it? I think we've got a scroller we can throw at the bottom, but you know, I'm sure there's merch, there's CDs, there's, you know,
Oh yeah,
sell it a little bit.
So with this album, we usually we do this grand thing where we have the hot sauces and tea and all that stuff. We wanted to do it just very simple. We have 4 different T-shirts, and we have the CD. You can get it at the new website, updated website, DEANBSE.com. And shout out to my partner D-Murder for updating the website, doing the putting the CDs together, doing the shirts and all that. Without that dude, I wouldn't be half the person I am today. And so go cop these shirts, man. Put a little jingle jangle in there so we can get some of the recoup back off the album and put it right into the next album.
Hell yeah. And then let's go. Can we go to that the black and red, or not black and red, green and red shirt there? That's the one for me, I think. That's get that. Get yourself one, get me one. While you're there. Bring it
the dude Bluebird Art. I had never heard him before, and he was running a deal, so I was like, let's try him out. And that's what he came up with. So I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Dope. And then the album art is done by Mr. Eight Legs.
Yep. Another great collab with him. Mr. Eight Legs has always done me solid, man. And there's you know, he did that, and then we also have the one T-shirt that's been behind us all night. Is from Doc Gruesome. He did that one. So yeah.
One there? Or
that one, yeah. And then the Rise one D-Murder had put together.
So it's a family affair. We got people coming from every left, right, which way with the art.
I love art, man. If eventually I would like to put out a coffee table book of all the different D.E.A.N art throughout the years I've been doing this, because a huge part of presentation is artwork, and I love working with different artists and stuff, just because their interpretation of what's in my head is usually either completely different than what I was thinking and fucking phenomenal, or completely spot on and phenomenal. So I definitely want to put a coffee table book out of all the crazy artwork I've had done over the years.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something, especially with you know, heading towards the end of the road with the music. There's so much like old T-shirts and stuff that even just me doing research has seen, and I would love a reprint of some of those classic designs, just to maybe as like a farewell collection or something. Throw a few.
You hear that, D-Murder? You hear that?
You heard it here first. I know there's like a white one with you coming out of a grave or something, like a drawing.
Oh yeah, that was an old one. Ted
like one of the
Brown,
first-
Leatherface, did that. One for one of the original masks.
So print them up. Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'll buy one, and then that'll probably cover the cost, I'm sure. Let's see. I mean, we did the album. We're coming in about an hour here. Do you have any final words for the people listening? Obviously, go pick up the record, go pick up the shirts, stream it, share it, tell your friends about it. You know, you heard him talk about the apostles and how you got to be the ones to spread the word, and we're doing that here. We'll continue to. But what do you have to say? And then we'll get into upcoming projects after that.
More than anything, just enjoy it. I was gonna just hang everything up and not do these last few albums, and I was like, you know what? No, because there have been people that do really like my art, and I felt like these last 3 projects in particular, I owe you a goodbye. So enjoy it for what it is, and thank you for supporting me this far.
Hell yeah. So speaking of those 3 projects, we got this one, which is out tonight, and then you've got the D&D with D Murder. Is that the next one up?
Yeah, so that's the next one up. My final 3 albums. I got 2 more that outside of the D&D album, but the D&D album is something that I wanted to do because my boy is just a phenomenal rapper. He could rap circles around me, and we did an album almost a decade ago that was right at the tail end of our last record label breaking up, and it never really got the push that it deserved. That one's called Mixed Genre Madness, and I was like, dude, we got to do something again now that you're on Bonesaw Entertainment. Let's do another type of collab project, and so that's what this one is going to be, and that comes out. We're shooting for end of June or July. I don't know.
Okay. There's already 2 singles from that out. So people can go check those out if they haven't already. Pulling those up right now. That would be they're not on your page. God damn it. This is unprofessional. Dean, what are those songs? One of them's called Goddamn, right?
Yeah, that's the title track of the album. The album's called Goddamn. The title track's called Goddamn. And then the second single we released was called It Ain't Safe. And so those are the 2 that we've released off of that album so far. We haven't really released any of the merch or anything that'll come with the album drop, but we do have the Goddamn hot sauce out right now at stpetesauceco.com. That we also got our homie Outbreak on there, Michigan Misfits, like I said, Doc Gruesome's on there. So definitely going to be a banger, man.
Hell yeah. So that's coming by the end of summer.
Right. And as far as rapping goes, I will say some of the verses are the most complex verses I've ever written in my career as far as technique goes. So
love to hear that. So yeah. Get very that different. and then what do we got? What's solo coming next? What are the last 2 projects we got coming?
The next one is the big album, which is In Odd We Trust. We kind of wanted to put that out last year with the coins and all that, but just a lot of shit, and I didn't just want to force it out. So it's like an 80s rock type album, very Alice Cooper-esque. I worked with 2 dudes from Romania on that album, and then Low-Key is coming back to mix and master that. He's done all my rock work so far, so that
for fans of Voodoo Frankenstein,
right?
Vampire one, that Space Vampire. I'm fucking
Space Age Vampire.
Yeah, god damn it! Edit this out.
But yeah, very much along those lines. But it's very reminiscent of like if you listen to 70s or 80s Alice Cooper album, it's very much that. And that's completely solo. There is only one collab on that album, and it's from Arsenic Amy from Team She.
Hell yeah.
And then the final project is the EP from Slasher Dave called Nightmare Castle. And me and Dave are doing something that is going to be like, wow, this is fucking really different from the both of them.
Okay.
Take Slasher Dave's style, but add it to a early Misfits album, and it's a
Okay.
horror punk album.
That sounds super dope to me. That's right up my alley, honestly. So I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited to hear all of it, but I mean, that's a fun way to go out. I think it's the last
Oh
thing.
yeah, oh yeah, and it's definitely definitely been great that I get to work with these all these producers and mix and masters and different artists of the craft, man. And I'm having fun doing it. But I will say I am very much ready for the next chapter of my life. So, but while we're here, we're gonna have fun, man.
Yeah,
That's the name of
appreciate
the
you
game.
while we got you.
Right.
We got and I mean the range of stuff. We got the dark kind of horrorcore record with Fritz. You got a collab album with D Murder. You've got a 70s Alice Cooper style rock album, and then you've got a horror punk Slasher Dave. Like, to go out on a series of projects and go like, all right, this is my last run. What a fucking diverse, you know what I mean? Like, just give us a little bit of everything to remember you by. I think that's super, super dope.
That's the name of the game, man. That's the name of the game. You gotta keep it. I just saw Shapes comment. He said Danzig's lawyers would like to speak to you on that last one. I've always been that dude to do what I want to do. You know,
Totally.
there's people that spent their career building on a genre, and maybe that was my downfall, is that I did too many types of music. But I legitimately just did what I made me happy. You know what I mean?
Totally. And I think that's even outside the music. You did film stuff, comic stuff, you know what I mean? Like, music of all varying genres. Like, I feel like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth or anything like that, but you're wrapping it up after these records. But I feel like, knowing the creativity you have in you, there will be something from you, the man, down the line, whether it's a D.E.A.N thing or whether it's a cookbook or a fucking, you know what I mean, like a set of nice forks you craft at home. I feel like you've got creativity in you, and whether or not you're stepping away from the scene and the music world, I feel like, I don't think you're a guy that's going to give up on creativity forever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing about that is funny enough, we're already working on something that's completely different, completely stress free, and something a little bit more near and dear to my heart. That I've never done before, and that'll start happening next year. And it's fucking way out of left field. Like, people are gonna be like, "What?" But yeah, man. And also, there's a lot of things in my life that I've always wanted to do, like write fan fiction. I've got a story that I've kind of mapped out in my head that is called Cutter, and it's literally about Captain Spaulding and how he fucking met Wolf J. Flywheel in the war, and then came back and met Mama Firefly and had the kids and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've always wanted to try to write like horror fan fiction too. So
yeah, you're stepping away from the music, keeping your creativity sharp. There will be stuff for people to enjoy in some way, or is this going to be private stuff that you just do and hold on to?
like with the fan fiction, I might just I'm not gonna promote it. I'm just gonna put it up and see if somebody enjoys it, or give it to somebody to just be like, hey, read this. What do you think? But it's not something that I'm gonna heavily promote. However, I will say the well, I'll just tell you, I'm doing a plus size clothing line.
Okay.
And it's specific. It's very we'll say theme park specific.
Okay.
Maybe theme parks that don't cater to fat people.
Okay. We're not going to
So,
say any names, I assume, because there's probably legal things to sidestep there.
right, I already got Danzig coming after me. So, but
We
but
don't
yeah,
need any
the
mice or
reason
anything.
why I'm doing that is because I'm a huge theme park fan, and I'm also a huge dude. And every time I go to a theme park or see these theme park related clothing brands drop stuff, they always stop at 3XL, and so it's going to be my intent to we will carry smaller things, but mainly just make some stuff for people from the 5 to 9X community. It's not going to be a big project. It's not something that I'm going to do, but it's going to give people an opportunity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't exist anywhere else.
that's awesome. And like you said, completely left field, unexpected, but dope. And I think that's kind of the message that I was getting at, is that like these are going to be your last music projects, especially as D.E.A.N for the time being or forever. But like you're a guy that's got dope shit in your bones, and I don't think that's gonna stop. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so yeah, get
It's
a
just gonna
fucking
slow down because I'm old and I want to
that's
enjoy
fair.
life, man. I don't want to have to meet deadlines and have throw money at this and feel bad about this thing, or why doesn't these people like me or whatever. I just want to fucking enjoy
Yeah,
life. I want to
you
live
deserve to.
and just do what the fuck I want to do, you know?
Yeah, like we all do.
Right.
You deserve it. You deserve
Unless you're an
kick your
artist, because
feet
then
up.
you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, we all want to. I don't know if people
Right.
all get the chance to. Awesome. Well, we're coming in at an hour 10. Unless you've got anything else, we'll throw those t-shirts and the merch and shit back on the screen. And I mean, the album drops in just under 2 hours, so just watch this stream back twice, and you know, then listen to it for real without me fucking talking in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, man. I very much appreciate you having me on. Um, you know, it's something that I'll always be thankful for is, just like with Bootlegs podcast, or when speaking of Shape, when Shape and Toby was doing the Casual Scream, and I've always been people's first choice, and that means a lot.
Yeah, this is the
First
first thing
being
like this we've
first,
ever done. So
right,
that's, I mean, we also appreciate that coming from the creators, or the content side of it, like likewise.
right. And if you ever want to just do this again and just bullshit about underground and horror movies and stuff like that, I'm down. I can Kevin Smith the shit out of a podcast.
Well, and you've got at least 3 more things in the pipe, so
Let's
is
do
that
it.
the right pause? I don't know if that's the right phrase, but yeah.
Man.
So it won't be the last. Especially, I mean, I feel like maybe, and this is just me thinking on the fly, so audience, don't fucking get your hopes up if D.E.A.N says no. But I feel like maybe like a career retrospective thing would be super dope. Like
Oh
once the
yeah,
last project's out, and kind of start at the beginning and kind of run through stuff. So
I would
there's
fucking love that, man. I would very
cool.
much love that.
You heard it here first, audience. He's got the contracts are signed. They're in a briefcase above the ring, and no one can get them out. So I don't
Especially
know.
me, because my knees can't handle a ladder. So
And if you try to get them, there's chairs. There's chairs. I'm just saying. All right. Well, then for D.E.A.N, for me, for everyone at Do It for the Underground, thank you for watching. And go pick up the Black Sarcophagus. Go buy yourself a fucking t-shirt. Go get a St. Pete hot sauce. Get the whole fucking thing. You deserve it. D.E.A.N deserves it. We all deserve it. All
Let's
right.
go.
Good night.
Good night.